big rumored opponent for Brock Lesnar is circulating, so we'll see what that's about. We'll also check out what's going on with Finn Balor, Dominik Mysterio, and more. Starting things off with Brock Lesnar. There's a lot of buzz and rumors circulating about 2026 being the farewell year for Brock Lesnar in WWE. And if that's true, then there's only a handful of matches left in Brock's entire career. Brock is confirmed to be competing at WrestleMania 42, and he's only rumored to compete at SummerSlam in his hometown, in what's expected to be his final match against Gunther, who will once again retire another big WWE name. So at the very bare minimum, that's at least 2 matches left in Brock's entire career, if he truly ends up hanging up the boots after SummerSlam. So who's in line for Brock Lesnar to face at WrestleMania 42? Well, lots of reports are name-dropping Femi as Brock's potential WrestleMania opponent, and that absolutely is a blockbuster matchup right there. The Royal Rumble was Femi's main roster debut, but you can already tell that the company does believe in him, and he's getting that top star treatment. Michael Cole and all the other commentators are stressing how much of a star Femi is, and how he's the future of the company. So it's clear they see the faith they have in him and the big plans they have in store for him. And if those rumors are true, it doesn't seem like we'll be waiting that long to see those big plans put in place. It seems possible that WrestleMania 42 in April, just a few months away, may be the biggest match of Femi's career if he's standing across the ring from Brock Lesnar. Although everyone is hyped up for that dream match, there are some fans questioning if it's just a little too soon to have this big match between Femi and Brock Lesnar. This is a perspective that was also shared by Bully Ray. He also agreed that it may be too soon to pull the trigger on that match in April, and how Femi would have benefited from the match much more if there was more time to really make him even more credible as an opponent to Brock, and get some more major wins under Oba's belt before going into that match. And that is true, it's a respectable perspective. If Femi went on this absolute tear of just ripping through all the top stars on the main roster, and then working his way up to Brock Lesnar, that would have been a nicely placed version of the story and feud. But like other fans have pointed out, maybe everything is getting rushed there because Brock doesn't have much time left in the ring. Can't really stretch it out and wait until next year for the matchup if Brock is retiring this summer. So maybe it's kind of a now or never type of thing, and that's why they're rushing Femi versus Brock Lesnar. Talk about an all-time start to a main roster career. If Femi picks up a WrestleMania victory over Brock Lesnar on the stage only a few months into his main roster career, that is absolutely historically massive. That would perfectly set up the entire trajectory of Femi's career right there. Femi would go down as the man who defeated Brock Lesnar in his WrestleMania debut match. That's insanely huge and something that not a lot of superstars could brag about. It really would make Femi stand out from the rest of the crowd, and then from there on, coming out of that win, the sky's the limit for Femi. And after that match, no one really knows how active Brock would be in the ring from April to August, but it's possible that the next time we see him after WrestleMania could be for that retirement match at SummerSlam. Nothing's set in stone quite yet, it's all rumors and fan speculation, but the extremely popular belief is that Brock will face Gunther at SummerSlam, and it'll be another career for Gunther to add to his collection, as he will put up Brock Lesnar to sleep in that match at SummerSlam. 2026 may be the end for Brock Lesnar's WWE career, and if it is, he could be going out with some major dream opponents as his final 2 matches, which would be Femi and Gunther. So we'll see how that goes, but definitely expect at least 2 more matches for Brock Lesnar in 2026. Finn Balor is remaining as a big wildcard threat in the main event scene on Raw. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk is locked in for WrestleMania 42, so Finn Balor has absolutely no shot of winning the World Heavyweight title before WrestleMania, but it appears like he's going to be a big roadblock on the road to WrestleMania for CM Punk. Rumors are circulating that CM Punk will defend his World Heavyweight title against Finn Balor at Elimination Chamber. Although Finn will likely not win the world title in this spot, Finn is still in the middle of a huge character transformation and story. This was very evident based off the recent vignettes that aired on Raw. Finn explained how throughout his entire career, all he's ever done was show respect and give it out to everybody. But Finn started to realize that the more respect he gave out, the less he was receiving it in return. So Finn is blurring the lines right now between being a babyface and being a heel. He flat out said in that video package that he's not a good guy and he's not a bad guy, but he's willing to do bad things and do whatever it takes to get the World Heavyweight title. And this is a refreshing direction for Finn's character. Finn has been an evil heel since he joined the Judgment Day in 2022, but in current day, it seems like he's just verbally confirming his tweener status. He's not being evil just to be evil anymore. This is strictly business, and it's all about getting the world title back in his possession and demanding his respect. But fans have a feeling that this tweener era may be short-lived for Finn Balor, and that a full babyface turn could be coming. A lot of fans are discussing the idea of Dominik Mysterio and the Judgment Day being the ones to betray Finn Balor during the World Heavyweight Championship match at Elimination Chamber, and screw Finn out of the world title during that moment. Finn's status with the Judgment Day has been a bit rocky ever since he's been picking up more babyface-like tendencies in recent weeks. And maybe they all feel like since Finn has lost his evil edge, they're just going to screw him over and kick him out of the Judgment Day at Elimination Chamber. A moment like this would be perfect karma and a crazy full circle moment for Finn Balor. Remember that back at SummerSlam 2024, Finn Balor kicked out Damian Priest and screwed him out of the World Heavyweight title in that match. So how insane would it be that 2 years later, karma comes back around for Finn Balor? Finn is now the individual getting screwed out of the world title and getting kicked out of the Judgment Day. A perfect taste of his own medicine. That would be a pretty poetic end for Finn's time in the Judgment Day. And from there, where could things head next? Well, if everything plays out like that, it seems like Finn Balor versus Dominik Mysterio at WrestleMania 42 for the Intercontinental title is the obvious route. This is a match that WWE originally wanted to do at last year's SummerSlam, and they wanted the Demon to return for the match, but that match ended up getting scrapped and canceled. However, it sure does seem like current day would be the perfect time to bring that match back to the table. And since it's WrestleMania, since it's a personal feud coming right out of Dominik costing Finn the World Heavyweight title, it sure does seem like the perfect time and place for the Demon to return as well. Finn has been getting pushed more and more to the absolute limit in recent months, and that could be leading towards this huge mental snap for him to unleash the Demon. And getting screwed out of the world title by your own faction sure does seem like the perfect scenario to bring back the Demon for. So it could very well be the Demon Finn versus Dominik at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. And you just got to assume that Finn Balor would be victorious in this match and finally end this losing streak and this singles title drought that he's been on for a long time now. So he's not getting the World Heavyweight title anytime soon, but it still looks like plenty of exciting things are still coming for Finn Balor after all. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.